Yo, what's going on, world? We back with another episode, School in the Game podcast. It's your boy School. Got my guys here, Biz and Beans. Tills couldn't be with us today. He outside.
Probably out with somebody he met on Hinge.
Nah, fact.
Shout out to
Fact.
Tills, though.
Shout out to Tills.
What's
How
the
you doing
weather
this
like
week,
out there?
man? Oh, it's trash, man. That joint was like 68 today. Cloudy.
Oh man, 68. What?
Jesus Christ, you guys moving out soon? Like, what the fuck?
Man, I'm used to 80 degrees now, man.
I can't front. We had a week and a half straight of like 70, 80-degree weather, son.
Yeah, the weather, it's crazy here because it was like 80 2 days ago, and now I got the heat back on in the crib. It's so cold today.
I definitely had to turn the heat on this morning. I was supposed to go golfing today, too.
Yeah,
Ruined
we
it.
getting rain too, right?
Yeah.
Is it rain?
Yeah, we had rain last night and then earlier today.
Oh, dang.
But yeah, we got a lot to get into. I don't know where school went. I'm sure he'll be back soon, but Verse is coming. Something we've been waiting for.
Fact.
Bow Wow, Soulja Boy.
Big soldier in the building.
Initial impressions, just off the top of the head, before getting any songs.
Big soldier.
Who just off the top, who y'all taking?
Big soldier.
Crazy. Who you got, School?
All I'm gonna say is this gonna be a good ass battle.
Nah, you gotta just say you want to go for Big Soldier. That's all. Just say it. Just say you want to go for Big Soldier. It's gonna be a show that the antics is gonna be all time.
Yeah. Nah, it's definitely
like Bow Wow's super corny, but he's funny at the same time. But then like Big Soldier, it's Big Draco time. Like he just.
I don't know, man. It might be all Soldier, bro. Big Draco.
Big Drake.
Crazy.
Talk to him.
So before we get too deep into that, it was rumors that it was supposed to be Bow Wow versus Romeo.
Would have been a slaughter.
I don't know what Romeo thinks. Yeah, I don't know why Romeo thinks he should even be in the ring with Bow Wow. How many songs Romeo have? I only can remember.
He only got one. I looked it up on Spotify. I only seen one. He got a whole album, but it's only one song.
I feel like then he like sampled like Michael Jackson or something. And he was like, girls was chasing him like through the mall or something. I don't know. That's the only thing I remember.
That's exactly what the song was. And that's it.
It was that one.
I don't even know the name of it.
Yeah, it was looking real slow. I'm glad they didn't do that battle.
He sampled what was it, Jackson 5? Give me one more chance of it.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. I knew it was something from the Jackson, like one of them.
That shit was trash.
Yeah.
It was, if I remember correctly, it was straight. It did some good numbers, but that was it though.
Did some good numbers.
That don't even sound right. Putting his name and doing numbers in the same sentence.
106 in part top 10 live. That's the number it did. They do that now.
I mean, that's what Bow Wow made his whole career off of. Mr. 106.
Yeah, but it's different from making the top 10 live on 106 in part and then being Mr. 106 in part. That's a big difference.
Big difference, yeah.
It's a big difference.
True.
Someone say he had no business being on the top 10 live at all, but I digress.
So I'm actually quite surprised that y'all said Soulja Boy. I would have never thought that. Why y'all taking Soulja Boy?
Big Draco, man. He got some shit.
Man,
but how much does he have though? He don't have enough. How many songs does he got?
I don't know if I can agree with that. I feel like he got hella records, bro.
I'm looking at it right now on Apple. I see 5 songs that could compete, and after that, he a dub. I will say he might have. Well, he has the single biggest song, of course, with whatever that was. I think, what was it called? Crank That? I don't know if that's the actual title. You know the song.
You know it's Crank That.
I think that's the name. Like I did it. I did the dance. I sang the song, but I
know don't do that. Don't do that.
But my point is, I will absolutely give him. He has the single biggest song out of both of them. But I think after that, Bow Wow pretty much got all.
And Drake stole his flow, so he won off of that alone.
Do we have
it's been documented. Drake stole my man flow.
Documented by who? Him?
He stole my fucking flow.
Bro, just listen to the song, man.
Yeah, he documented it very well.
Nah, he got Kiss Me Through the Phone. Crank that.
Yeah. Kiss Me
Pretty
Through the
Boy
Phone.
Swag. Turn My Swag On.
Turn My Swag On is a hit.
And then he got
Donk is also one of the club songs ever.
Booty Got Swag was dope.
All the Way Turned Up, I give him with Roscoe.
Yep.
So that's about 6 we got, and then yeah.
Yeah, Birdwalk. I don't know if anybody really knows Birdwalk.
What?
Birdwalk.
How'd that go?
Oh, yeah. Remember yeah?
I guess. Yeah. Kids reaching at this point.
Yeah, come on, yo. You can't tell me. I think he was getting his jump in, yo.
I don't know.
Snap and roll. You got mad like club party joints.
I just feel like Bow Wow dominated a whole era, and he had a whole like segment of the game to itself because there was nobody that was doing the same thing as him. We hadn't seen any child stars in rap in our generation at that point to come and take over the way that he did. And he got mad joints. I think.
Nah, he definitely. I ain't stupid.
I'm definitely. I'll give him that.
He ain't stupid. Like, he definitely.
Taking that from him.
But shit and giggles. Shit and giggles. It's all Draco. Sweet when he's up.
Please, no, but I think he could definitely. Soulja Boy could definitely go up like 3-0 to start, and then Bow Wow just eventually gonna outlast him because he got so many hits. But I think early on it'll be good. What I was saying to Keta, I don't even think that's that good of a matchup just because I understand why they put them against each other, but they just make so different like music. Like they were both like child stars to an extent, but the music is just so different. So I don't see why that's a great matchup. I thought a better matchup would be Bow Wow, and I get that one is a group and one is a solo artist, but I thought Bow Wow versus B2K would have been better because they, to me, are more in the same type of lane as far as child stars, as far as because Soulja Boy was like late teens when he came out, right? With all of his hits.
Yeah.
Bow Wow was what?
I mean, he might have been. Yeah, he probably was like 16 when he came out.
16, 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know like B2K wasn't super young, but I feel like they were more of the little girls love us like they love Bow Wow compared to Soulja Boy, who was like in a whole different dancing lane with like. I thought that would have been a better matchup. I don't know what y'all think.
I mean, I don't like it. Just the strength of that is one versus a group, but I guess I kind of see what you're saying in terms of like the star power and the timing that they both like when they came in and that fanatic.
Yeah, I think he would be able to hold his own against B2K.
To me, it's gonna be hard to.
In that case, would you just do him against Marion then?
Omarion, well, if you're just Omarion, that he didn't go solo till he was a little bit older, so that's also a little bit different. His music was real like R&B type music as opposed to like poppy.
I would have some R&B drinks.
I mean, yeah, older Bow Wow, and that's also the problem with Bow Wow. He was able to sustain himself over a couple of eras from being a young prodigy to being older. So it's not a lot of people that have both of those bags to come from. And I just think with Soulja Boy, it's going to be hard to judge because the music is so different.
Yeah, all his shit turned up.
Yeah, so.
Everything turned up.
Except Kiss Me Through the Phone. That's probably the only one that's not really turned up. And even that was kind of turned up.
That was smash, yo.
Like you can't play.
I said the ringtone game crazy.
I'll never say that Soulja Boy didn't change the game because he came in and he completely changed everything. So I'll never not give
definitely.
He was the first one to do everything, man.
Both of them. I mean, regardless of what people say about them, both of them legends in this shit. Like honestly,
yes. They're both like
some type
lack
of
a better term. They're like corny legends for a lack of a better term, because like I don't know what Bow Wow be doing, and then Soulja Boy like he's not letting that 15 minutes of fame go. Like he always finds a way to stay in the spotlight, whether it's the interviews, whether it's his story about how he shot dude or whatever that he.
I was gonna say one of his tracks that he gotta play is the interview of old boys broken his house. That gotta be one track. He gotta play that. He gotta play that. That's one. And then his second, one of the other tracks he gotta play is the Drake interview. He going off on Burger Pub. Those are two. He gotta play those.
I played a joint when he was walking through the hood.
That's 2 wins. That's 2 wins right there. We didn't get to the music yet. What's up?
If you really think about all his antics, like it's a lot of stuff he's been. I'm just thinking about like, was he trying to fight Chris Brown at one point and fight some other people too? Like, he just do whatever he can to stay relevant.
But he's way. I love Drake. He's way more funnier than Bow Wow. That was cornball,
Oh, for sure.
Bow Wow be doing too much.
Cornball. But early music, early stage Bow Wow up to like mid-20s, I guess. That's when he was. Like, all shit and giggles, like, of course, I'll say Drake, but, like, Bow Wow got hits. He got bops. I think it'll be a good vibe. Just entertainment-wise, I think they just both out there.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be a good battle entertainment-wise. I feel like they just going to be talking hella shit to each other.
They're going to be in the same place, or they're going to go back to, like, how it was?
I would assume same place. That's what the most recent one's been, right? I haven't watched, like, the last couple, but...
Yeah, we know how verses work too. It all depends on who goes first, who goes second, and the timing.
Yeah, and that goes back to my point of like, how do you even really judge them when they're so different lanes? Like, Soulja Boy play what was we saying before? Like All the Way Turned Up or something, and then you got Bow Wow playing like Ghetto Girls or Puppy Love or something like that. Like, how do you judge that? That's like it's completely different.
Hey man, it's bops. Bops go against bops. I get it, but
Bow Wow 13-7 at the most for Soulja Boy.
13-7.
That's the closest he's gonna get, from my opinion.
That's counting the 2 interviews.
Yeah.
So count the 2 interviews. This is 11-9 to me. You know what I'm saying?
Why would they?
If we bring up interviews and videos, and that Bow Wow one where he kind of says like you're not gonna win that one.
Why would they have interviews in the
I'm just saying. I had to smack that ass. Like, no, hey, yo, like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
that shit.
That's not gangster, bro. Not violent. We not. What kind of time are you on? We're not doing that. Shout out to Draco, man. Yo, call me, man. Call me.
End of the show?
Nah, just call me.
That's stupid. That's silly. But I was saying, moving on to rappers that are actually relevant at this point. Y'all listen to Cole album?
Of course I listen.
Yeah.
Well, I think.
Jermaine.
He delivered, man. He definitely came with the heat we was waiting for.
Jermaine.
What do you think, Biz?
Man, that shit's phenomenal.
I've been bumping that shit in there every day.
No, Pride of the Devil. I play that shit 20 times in a row. That shit. Every time I listen to it, it's a different little piece that I ain't hear before. That I'm like, oh, that's her. Like, oh shit, like how you snuck that, yo. Like a little sound here, a little. That shit fire, yo.
I don't know why, but that. I just can't get with that song. Just not. Out of all those songs up there, that's one of the only ones I can't really get with. I don't know why.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, man. That's one of my favorites on the album.
That's like one of the top songs of the album.
Just don't do it for me. But I think it was a great album.
It got the little star on Apple Music. That's everybody's favorite. And the joint with 21 Savage. That's my joint, man.
I want to go hard. Like, the whole shit go hard.
Yo, you crazy, bro.
Also a skip for beans.
Nah, that's crazy, bro.
I think those are like 2 out of the 3 the only 2 out of 3 that I don't listen to. There's one more I forgot what it was.
21 go hard, man. I've been trying to tell people for years, bro.
I'm gonna be floating, sir.
No, he does it.
That's crazy, man. Who mans is this?
All got different airs though, so.
I'll never say there's anything wrong with your opinions. I respect them. We all listen to things differently, so.
Let Go My Hand is dope.
I like that song. Like I said, I like pretty much everything except those two, and this one more.
High Pressure.
Yeah.
Like, that whole shit, like, I love it how it just blends together for me. Like, there's no skips for me.
So.
Yeah, it's very cohesive.
Yeah. Among all of his albums, where do you rate this one?
It's a great album, but for me, I think it's behind. I'll put Forest Hill Drive, then this one.
I think definitely Forest Hill Drive, no matter what.
Yeah, Forest Hill Drive was. I think that was the one, man.
I'll go Forest Hill Drive, All Season.
I would agree with those two. 1, 2. I probably would go Born Center 3.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Born Center
or Cold War. I actually depends on what kind of mood I'm in.
Yeah, I think K.O.D. was very underrated too. I probably would put K.O.D. 4 and then Cold World.
Yeah, it depends on kind of mood. I'll go Cold World and then Born Center. That's a tie for me.
Yeah, Cole. He got a solid catalog, man.
For sure.
Not too many artists you could say that about, but like just re-looking at the albums, I'm like, I literally like I could take however long it'll take to listen to all these joints back to back, but I could literally just listen to these albums back to back.
So one thing I saw on Facebook, I don't know why, whenever new stuff come out, somehow Rick always pops up on my timeline. Rick Hills, Rick. But he said Cole's albums are great, but he's pretty much been giving us the same album over and over and over. What do you think about that comment?
It don't matter to me. Shit sound good to me. I'm gonna bump it regardless. I don't care what the content is. For me, I think
it's not that. This is conversation I have artists because a lot of artists I do work with, they don't know their sound. I think it's a difference between knowing your sound and then like giving the same records. And some people that not really a music head or not in music, like they might take that as he's giving us the same music. Like, nah, he knows his lane, he knows his sound. He's not gonna give you like this ratchet trap shit and he know his lane. Like, you know what I mean? Like
that's reggae and all of that shit. Like that's not
him. Yeah, like he not gonna do that. He might do a feature on one of them records or something, but that's not gonna be what you get on his album. And I think it's important to know your lane. Like you can know your lane, your style, and just give your style different ways. And I feel like he does that.
And to piggyback over that, like if it's working, like why even bother trying something different? As soon as I try something different and it flop and it don't work, now it's he not making the same music. Like get back to that. Yep. Like now we talking a whole another conversation. Like if I know it's bumping, I know it's working, and it hasn't failed me yet, I'm gonna keep rocking out because I still got my following. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. I'm staying about on your fan base.
Yeah, like that's who I am. That's who I am as an artist. That's the beats I like. That's the kind of flows I like to stay with. Like if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Like, exactly.
And I don't agree with a lot of the fans, but I think that's probably part of the reason why fans say that Cole is like not fans, but critics say that Cole is boring. And that might be because he tends to make music conceptually that's similar and to a certain extent sounds the same. But it's always good music. So it's like
I don't see the issues. Like if it's good music and it's appealing to my ears, like I'm gonna listen to it.
Like imagine if Cole came out with some track sounding like Roddy Ricch or some shit. Like then it's gonna be like,
oh, he bite.
They're gonna be like,
he's trying to find something new. He's trying to stay up. Like nah.
It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right.
Yeah, and I think a couple years ago, people were complaining about when he dropped Middle Child because it was like I think the hooky was like singing or something. I can't remember exactly what they were saying, but it was like that's not really him. He's trying to fit in with the younger crowd now, and that's not him. But then he comes and gives an album that sounds like him, and it's like when you gonna give us something different. So it's like lose situation.
Like what y'all really want?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, he not listening to us or anything, so it don't matter what we say. But
I nigga put a whole album out and went to Africa. He said, "I don't care what y'all say."
Yeah, like I don't care. I wouldn't go join the league, play ball. Like I don't care.
Dude, not even looking at his record sales. He out there balling right now. Literally dropped the album and play a game the next day, bro.
I mean, he's on the court. I wouldn't say he's balling right now. He looking bad, but he's there. He's on the court.
Now he not playing no more.
Well, why?
3 games. I don't know. He just I guess his something. I thought I read something like his contract was up, but I guess he just wanted to try it out or whatever. But he's not playing no more. But like right before he left, he like laced his whole team with like a bunch of gear and kits and shit like that, and then he played that last game. And then I saw something either earlier today or last night. He's not in the league anymore. Not playing with the team.
I mean,
like, I didn't think it was gonna last long anyway. Like I think it was all part of his rollout with the cover and also in the background and playing ball and him playing in the pickup leagues with the NBA players and all that shit. Yeah. I thought it was all a rollout anyway.
It definitely could have been that. I thought it was also probably like one of those just bucket list things to be able to say that.
And that too, yeah.
Play professionally somewhere.
Both.
He was out there looking kind of bad, but I mean, he's not a professional. So.
Yeah, that I can't front that first layup and the first highlight that went up. I was like, dude, that layup looking kind of crazy, bro.
That guy was 0 for 2 with like 3 fouls.
I know. He went up for the layup with the same leg and hand.
I think
it's different.
The Dreamville page, they put like, at least he's good at rapping or something like that from the Dreamville page.
Nah, but shout out to Cole, man.
Sure. I love what Cole is doing. What was I about to say? Oh, so as far as Cole and not stepping out of his lane, I know over the past few years, Drake has gotten critiqued a lot because, yeah, he does a whole bunch of different stuff, but when he gets to like his rapping, like the concepts are typically the same. He never gets into anything really like no social stuff, no like real life type stuff. He'll talk about his parents, he'll talk about his relationship, but he don't talk about real life stuff the way that Cole, like every song you get from Cole, he's talking about real life stuff, how he grew up, what it's like in the hood, all this different type of stuff. And people are saying if he could explore more topics like Drake, and if Drake could get more real like him, then you would kind of have the perfect artist. But neither of them seem to expand in that way and go over to that other side.
Again, I don't think it matters. You know, they're making hit records, doing the same stuff or whatever the lane they want to choose and whatever flow they want to use. Making money, they being successful, they winning a bunch of awards and on top of the game. So I don't think it really matters.
So you asking like, why does it work for Drake and not Cole?
No, I'm saying I guess it would be a little unfair to not critique Cole in the same way because people are very hard on Drake because they want him to talk about more real stuff. Like we love the song he makes, all the stuff he talks about, the women and the money and how he's at the top of the game and killing anything. But if you really break it down, outside of talking about like he talks about his family, he talks about his mom, his dad, how he grew up a little bit, but he don't really get into that much real stuff. And with Cole, it's like everything is like real, almost to the point of like people say it could be a little depressing at times because he's not really talking about anything. I won't say positive, but anything like happy. It's like this is life. I'm telling you this story.
It's all dark.
Like, yeah, it's a little bit dark.
I mean, that's his bag though. And that's the person he is, and that's the person Drake is. Like, I mean, same thing when they was talking about, not to go off like a rant, but like when how they say like Jordan wasn't a big social person and didn't talk about social issues and stuff like that. Like that's not who he is. You know, that's not, I mean, he's done a little more later in the past couple of years, but that's not the kind of person he is, and I feel like that should be okay. Like nobody, I wouldn't want to be forced to do something that I'm not truly comfortable in, regardless of what my stances are. Yeah. So if I'm using my platform and getting my shit off, how I've been doing it and I've been successful, I would much rather want to stay that way than try to dip into another lane that I'm not really comfortable
in. Yeah, I think that's a great comparison. Because Jordan was absolutely. People say, well, LeBron is a better overall everything because not only does he play basketball, but he's out there on the front lines for social causes. And when Jordan had the opportunity to be out there, he chose not to. So I absolutely can see that comparison because Drake does a lot of stuff. He supports a lot of causes, but in his music, you're not going to hear him talking about that stuff when, like with Cole, and he gets right to it. So
that's come down to it. That's what sells. What makes the money.
That's a great comparison.
Like I can't see Drake coming out with like a whole social issue album. Like it's not gonna go over well.
Yeah, I think people will listen to that joint and be like, "Yo, what is this?"
Yeah, like clown him for it, and then if Cole were to do it, they'd be like, "Oh, Don, this is what Cole Bag is. Like this is who he is. If you listen to his music, his whole career, like this is what he's about." If Drake all of a sudden was like, "Nah, I'm gonna put this conscious album out and talk about social issues and political stuff," like I don't want to hear that. Like that's not getting played in the club when I'm at 2 a.m. and I'm trying to turn up and have fun. Like I don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? Like that's the reality of it.
Yeah. 2 things from that. I don't want to stay here too long. Just made me think about it. But what if, let's say, when the clubs open back up, when people outside, like, what off of Cole's album are you going to hear outside? Like, what music does he have that you would want to hear in the club?
Of this album?
Yeah.
Pride is the Devil is going to be.
I can hear that being played in the club. DJ speeding it up. They're going to speed it up.
Bumping in the club. And I'm going to be right at the table requesting it over and over and over and over. And over. Just like my man was doing in Music Miami. They kept playing Bobby Shmurda over and over and over. I can hear Pride is the Devil going crazy in the club.
Quick, before we go to the next one, y'all think Bobby Shmurda gonna deliver on whatever he put out?
I hope so. I don't think it's gonna be I think it'll be crazy, but it's not gonna be hot nigga crazy and like dance crazy. But I think people are gonna try to compare it to it, and it's not gonna go over well if they do that. They just gotta take it for what it is because he's in a totally different space now. I think. And the music is kind of different from when he put that out then.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I hope people are going to do it, but I hope they don't take that, whatever he puts out, and compare it to that, because that should still go hard.
Yeah, I think we gotta let him make his music and just have fun with it. That's what he about to do. He about to have fun. Like I saw a video of him and the baby working on some stuff, and he was doing some crazy ad-lib, but he was having fun, like, you know what I mean? And that's what he need right now. He's locked up for 7 years?
Yeah, something like that.
That's crazy, bro.
And this whole time, that one record was bumping for, like, it's still bumping. So, like, I hope people don't take what he puts out and, like, compares it to that, because it's not going to be on that level. And people going to be disappointed if they do that. Like, you just got to take it for what it is and hope that shit bump and rock out.
Yeah, no facts.
Yeah, I think, I hope that it's great. I hope does very well. This might sound like a crazy question, but can he actually rap? I heard that one song. I never listened to any other music from him other than that. And yeah, it's a good song, but he's not like rapping on it. So like,
from what I remember, his album was pretty. He had like maybe 3 songs up there that I was like, I could rock with these.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what they was, but I don't know if I would say he was like barred up on them, but
yeah, I don't think I looked at him as like a rapper trying to get over bars anyway. I think he just wanted to just come on and try. It got a nice beat, shit bump, and he just saying his shit and just having fun with it. I don't think
I definitely think he should keep it fun, but I was just wondering in general, like that from that song, I can't tell like how well his
shit rhymed. But I don't think he was like rapping. He wasn't rapping.
Like, yo, my nigga said that shit rhyme.
It was rhyming.
That's where you set the bar at? The word?
But I'm not looking to him. I'm not looking to him to be like, yo, give me bars. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit sound cool. It sound shit matchy. Shit rhyming. Like, fuck with it. I can fuck with it.
Yeah, all right. So before we move on to the whole Mount Rushmore thing, we was talking about Drake. Do you think if he made music, like socially conscious music, talking about the stuff that's going on, like in particular in the Black community, people would take him seriously? Because in a weird way, people look at him as Black, but not like fully, if that makes any sense, because they always go back to like, if mom's white, he grew up in Toronto, he had this whole upbringing that's not really like the traditional Black upbringing, so people kind of don't look at him the same way they look at Cole, or they look at people who grew up like in it.
I don't know if people would take it serious, honestly, and like I think I would say it's probably because, and I mean maybe he did do a lot with stuff that's going on, and maybe we just don't see it. But I feel like Cole was out there when shit was going on. You know what I mean? Like Drake wasn't out there. Like Cole was really out there protesting and all that stuff. From what I remember, I don't recall seeing like Drake out there or anything.
Wasn't he hurt though? Did he like tear his ACL, some shit like that? Drake during like the whole like when everything was like really going on.
Even Kendrick was out there. You know what I mean?
I'm not remembering.
I know he was hurt and like cooped up in the house because he had the surgery and shit. Not that that's a too certain thing, because you can still deliver your messages through social media and whatever, like he does now. But yeah, like I don't know. I don't think people would take it seriously, but I also think people wouldn't really look to him to do that. Like I was saying earlier, like, this stuff's not his lane or bag to be doing that. Like I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like he probably done a bunch of stuff behind the scenes and that we don't know about. Especially like I know there's something I saw across the other day where the girl that he gave the money to.
Oh yeah, that money too.
Like she undergraduate. Like he does stuff like that. From what I've seen, like he's pretty giving, but I don't think people really look for that kind of project from him.
Yeah, and I'm not saying a whole project. I'm just saying like.
Yeah, no, yeah, or anything.
Yeah.
I don't think people be really mad about it.
I think I'm interested to see how that would sound from him though.
Just
to see how he would approach it.
I can't hear it.
Like I can't. I don't know. It would come off weird to me, but you never know. Maybe he'll do it. Every artist got to expand at some point.
Yeah.
Jordan had a shot later in his career.
He make every other type of music, so
yeah.
At this point, he might as well try it.
That's fair. What you guys said about Jordan?
I said Jordan had to develop a jump shot later in his career.
I
said everybody got to change.
I'll be tired of dunking on niggas too. I'll be tired too.
I don't think that was a jump shot.
You sure? That's it. He scoring 60, dunking on his head game after game. I want to pull up and hit a 15-footer every once in a while too.
I think he, one, lost a tiny bit of athleticism, and two, it's much easier on your body to be able to maintain that for a long season, not attacking the rim all the time. If you could just shoot it.
Of course. Yeah, for his first couple of years in the league, he was banged up because he was dunking on every other game.
He was going through the lane. The Pistons and all them teams, they was killing him.
Yeah.
Gotta be able to shoot it.
You gotta readjust.
Shout out to MJ, man. We gotta get him on.
Is it a show?
We gotta get him on.
I'm gonna put you in charge.
He being real, like, with the money and, like, charity shit. Like, he might, like, this might be the time to catch him.
You gonna work on that?
Yeah, let me do that.
Going back to Drake and Cole, I don't know if y'all all saw the little Mount Rushmore thing they had going on the internet, and everybody been giving different answers. They said Drake, Cole, and Kendrick should be on the Mount Rushmore for the 2010s, but the fourth spot was up for debate. So if you had to pick a fourth person that kind of dominated the 2010s, who would it be?
Rough. There's so many.
So I saw a poll. It was actually 5 names that have been most popular. So I'll say those names. Y'all tell me what you think about them. One of them was you think about Future?
He got a cult following. That's
yeah.
a
he
got a base behind him.
I don't know if I will put him up there, but he is pretty consistent. Like he did kind of dominate, like for his style of music. You know what I mean? Like
club records and shit that he produced and all that shit too. That worked on. I wouldn't be mad at it.
Actually, he wrote what's the Rihanna joint? He wrote and I forgot he'd be penning records.
No, who else is on the list? I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I'm not mad at it.
I'm not a Future fan, but I understand that he did have his run and he did do a lot in music during that time period. But I don't know. I never could get in Future that much. They also had Big Sean.
Wait, my guy Sean. That's my guy. I wouldn't put him for though. I wouldn't put him in there.
It's always a tough call with him because he's hard to rank. He's always been hard to rank amongst.
That's my guy. I fuck with him, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know if I could put him up there.
So you got Future so far.
And that's not taking nothing from him either.
Yeah.
Nah, not at all.
Another person was Meek.
No, I'm not putting him.
No, he disrespected Kobe. I'm good.
Touche. A lot of the ladies.
I wouldn't put Meek even like prior to that.
Yeah, I think.
I don't think Meek is there.
He did.
I don't think he's here yet.
In terms of like rapping ability, I think he's a notch below, but I think he did have some of the biggest records of the decade. He's been there. He's been relatively consistent, other than the time when he was locked up, which not much you could do. But I wouldn't have him either. I would think he would be like top 10 in the 2010s, but not top 4.
Yeah.
But a lot of the ladies, and even some of the guys were saying Nicki. What do you think about Nicki?
I would say Nicki.
I'm not mad at that choice.
I think she came out really strong early on and then fell off.
Yeah.
So I don't know if consistency is part of it, then I don't know if she makes it for me.
But that run in the beginning of the decade was really, really strong though. I think
she has some big records though.
Yeah, and I think that could carry her.
And like multiple genres too. Like she had a few pop records. Like, she had some heavy records, some heavy.
Yeah.
Who was? That was it. Or was one more?
And some fire features. Let's not forget about that. She definitely killed the features.
No, she's definitely in the conversation. I just the consistency for me that makes it hard to keep her up there. And the last person on this particular list was a wild card, which is a very interesting artist, which was Wale.
No.
Because it's hard to describe his career, but he has consistently put out very good music, but he's always been in his own way. He never allowed himself to take off the way that he should, to me, because he's always in the media talking about how nobody loves him and how his music doesn't sell, instead of allowing the music to speak for itself. So to me, he's always kind of been in his own way. And I think the people that love Wale love him, and then everybody else is kind of like, why is he always doing this?
Yeah, like I wouldn't. He's tough to judge. Like a lot of his later stuff, I wasn't a big fan of. Maybe a couple songs here and there, but
I think his last album was great to me.
What was the last one? Was that the one with the G-Eazy feature? That Fashion Week?
I don't remember it being up there. It might not have been his last one. What is the name of this album? It was the one with On Chill with Jeremiah.
Yeah, I forgot about that right there.
Wow, that's crazy, that one.
Yeah, I didn't even.
For me, that was great. And I don't like go and listen to a lot of his albums when they drop. Like I'm not that type of fan, but I listened to this and there was a lot of songs that I liked a lot.
I don't remember even listening to that one. I remember Shine. That's the one with. Yeah, that's the one with My Love, Fashion Week, CCY. Yeah, that I remember that album. My PYT. That's the one with Tiger, right? Yeah, I remember that one. That album, I fucked with it. But then what's this? Summer and Sunset. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Wiley wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't think he would be up there. I just think he is underappreciated in that time frame, partially due to his own issues.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Out of that 5, it'll be either Nicki or Future for me.
But there is somebody else we was talking about in another group chat yesterday that wasn't on any of the list and has been pretty consistent throughout the 2010s, and that's Ross.
I was gonna mention him.
Yeah, I know I'm not the biggest Ross fan, but he has
been consistent.
He's been consistent. He hits. He got features. He got it all.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess he will.
He another one that, like I said with Cole earlier, like he knows his lane. Like he knows his sound. He knows how to make his records.
Yeah.
And I think that's interesting because if you make that comparison, I can understand why people don't love Cole, because that's one of the main.
That's how you feel about him?
Yeah, I don't love Ross because everything kind of sounds the same to me. So
like
now I kind of understand what you're saying. I never thought about it like that.
Like Push? Push is the same thing. That's it. You got same kind.
I'm not like running to listen to his albums. I didn't think Daytona was amazing. I don't know if he's put anything out after that, but I like him as a rapper. I think he makes good music, but I'm not the biggest fan.
Because in that realm, like they all three are like the same, and they stay in their lane and don't venture off too far. Like they stay in that one lane, and it works for them.
Right.
But back to that Mount Rushmore list. I would say
of those 6, yeah, who would y'all put if had of those 6?
Of those 6, damn, now Ross changed it. I would throw Ross in there. I think it would be either Ross.
Sure, Nicki.
I would say Ross, Nicki, Future.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not the biggest Ross fan, but
you could go wrong either way. Out of those 3, I don't think you go wrong either way. At that point, it's personal preference, I think, if you want to pick from those 3.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's personal preference. Mine being Ross, even though I'm not the biggest fan. What about your school?
It's a toss up for me between Future and Nicki, but I think I want to say I would lean towards Future, just because, like I said, I know like he do a lot, not even just his records, like. You know what I mean? I sometimes I'll be forgetting like how crazy his pen is, and like he could really like write a record if he needs to. And like I remember even that time when I can't remember if all his stuff got stolen or he lost it, but he had like hard drives of songs and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, his work ethic crazy. He consistent. You know what I mean? So I probably will put him up there.
Yeah, I don't think you can necessarily go wrong with any of the 3 that Biz had mentioned. But I think those 3, that's Cole, Kendrick, and Drake, are kind of, it's no debate over them. They're kind of in a league by themselves. And then after that, it's a bit of a toss-up depending on what your personal preference is.
Yeah, because if you want a crazy club record, you want to go Future way. If you want pop joint or kind of all over the place, you're gonna go Nicki. She could do it all pretty much. She's all well rounded. If you want pretty tough record, heavy bass on the beat, like stuff like that, you're gonna go raw. So yeah, either way, depends on what you want.
I mean, shit, can they carve half a face up there? Do half a Nicki?
Cut it in thirds.
Oh yeah, Ross, cut it in thirds.
Yeah, out of those 3, I'll
shout out to all of them though, man. They all dope.
Yeah, one more thing to cover out. I think we can probably just touch on it real quick because I know Till's probably got a lot to say about the whole Joe Budden blow up. So when he comes back, we could get more in depth in terms of that. But just in general, I know Biz, you followed. I don't know how much you followed at school, but what do y'all just think about the way the whole show blew up after they had years and years of success?
I don't know. It's like all good things come to an end at some point. I mean, I didn't like it how it ended, but I mean,
I was about to say,
that's where you kind of gotta respect everybody.
Not to end like that.
Yeah, but you gotta respect everybody's feelings and what they coming from and where they coming from, rather. And that's pretty much how I felt about it. Like I didn't like the whole, the rant and firing them on live during the podcast. I didn't like that whole thing, but you kind of saw it coming at some point. Something was going down because even in the 2 episodes that they did come back, it was still tension there. Like it wasn't the same
tension,
kind of chemistry and the kind of the flow that they was normally rocking with. And actually, I was then looking back at it, like the last episode that they did, knowing everything going on, and they still produced that episode. Like that was crazy how they still got that off, and now we know the whole tension and all that behind the scenes that was going on.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I'm not mad at anybody and how they feel. I like what Joe's doing with Ish and Ice. It definitely gives it a different feel for the podcast. I still listen to it. And I'm hoping that Rory and Mo put something together and they have a project coming out or doing something, because I feel like them two alone could, do something together and make something happen, and it'll be successful.
Yeah, I definitely think they got something coming after that YouTube video that Tills had thrown in the chat that
yeah.
Which was pretty funny. I enjoyed it.
Like even like doing like even if it's not a podcast, like doing something like that.
Yeah.
Like that was funny and good enough alone for me. Like I like real life like mockery shit like that. Like that's funny. And that's to me, like I feel like that's right up the alley, because they like yin and yang, they total opposites. Like one's corporate, one's street, and they kind of blend together really well. So if they do that and stick with that, that's pretty funny. Kind of like the Office kind of deal, where it's like a real life, like fake real life.
Yeah.
Going through shit like that's funny to me.
I think they're gonna be all right, man. Regardless of the situation, like they're gonna figure it out, and they're just gonna sweep it, let it be what it was, and just keep doing their thing. Like they can't just keep living there. They're not gonna live under Joe Budden. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna be good.
And even then, he was.
It sucks that it happened, but they're gonna be it.
For sure.
I know he was saying like he wanted them to go off and do their own thing anyway, and at some point they weren't gonna be under their, like School was saying, the whole time. Like they was gonna break off eventually and do their own thing. And I kind of, what Joe was talking about, I kind of see the vision in him wanting that piece to stay under him, and that just makes everybody's bag a little bigger and get extra money. But yeah, like it is what it is.
Do y'all think? Do you think Budden can ever truly be successful long term? Because it seems like he sabotages every good thing that he has. He seems like his career he sabotaged. Then he sabotaged Slaughterhouse. Then he sabotaged stuff with Complex. Now we sabotage the biggest podcast that our community has ever seen. Do we think like he can ever not do that?
I mean, look at the track record. Honestly, look at the track record, bro. Like,
I mean, in that space and having something long lasting, no, but he also has an amazing track record of getting things started and getting them to be really big, successful things. Like he's done that. He has an amazing track record at that.
Yeah, but as a businessman, like getting it started is great, but if you can't sustain it, then your bag is never going to be as big as it could or should be.
No, but like everything can't last forever.
I agree. I think the show could have lasted a lot
I'm
longer.
laughing because I saw.
Maybe.
They could have got some huge bags off of that, but hey, what's meant to be is meant to be. What do you think, school?
No, facts. I said I laughed because I saw a tweet on Twitter. Somebody was like, they knew Joe was crazy when he smoked a whole pack of bogeys in a session.
Oh, Snack did that. Snack said he had a session.
Yeah. I was like, damn, bro.
Yeah, that's good.
But like, I mean, that's like people. Of course, we want it to last longer, but who's to say like they wasn't going to run its course sooner or later? Like, or in the who's to say like they didn't have stuff going behind the scenes already, and they were going to be leaving soon.
I mean, we can only go off what they've divulged. It seems like if this hadn't happened, then things would have continued to go on, at least for a little bit longer. We don't know what the future plans was because Joe seems like he's taking on a whole lot and trying to do this and that. But I would assume that podcast is still his main source of revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Even with his whole network, even with all the stuff he's trying to put out under him.
Yeah, that created the.
That's the main thing he's doing.
Yeah, that created the network, which is why I wasn't mad at him for continuing it because that's his bread and butter. Like he gotta.
Yeah, absolutely. I get it, but I don't think he initially did it with good intentions. I think, like Maul and Roy has said in their little piece, I think he wanted to prove like I could do this without y'all. Like I don't need y'all. So I'm gonna put two people in your seats, and everybody's gonna continue to watch me, and it'll prove I don't need y'all. And then y'all could go, and I could pay them whoever's coming on the show next. They could get a salary. They don't got to get a percentage like y'all was supposed to be getting. Usually, they never seen the books, like so.
Yeah, yeah. I think he lost a lot of followers.
I don't know because a lot of the stuff that I saw, they weren't like a lot of the comments and stuff. Like they weren't really fond of Rory and Mo, and they felt like Mo was kind of tapped out way before then. It was kind of over him, and it was kind of over. They started getting over Rory too. So I feel like from what I saw, they weren't really too fond of him as of late, and they much prefer Ice and Ish once they got on. Like they like find like a breath of fresh air. Like we've been waiting for this to happen. Like
I think it depends on like who you follow, what you look at, because my timeline has pretty much been probably like 60-40. Like they loved Rory more, and then the other 40 is like I enjoy watching Ish and Ice and whoever it is. I forgot the order, but you mentioned it. They prefer watching those dynamics because it's a little bit different and it is a breath of fresh air. But then the other side is like, nah, we only watched for the dynamics between Joe and Maul and Rory. So it's hard to say. They absolutely did lose a lot of fans, but is it enough to make a difference? Who knows?
Probably not.
Like I love Rory more too, but I'm not mad at what he's doing with Ice and Ish. Either.
And
I mean, of course, you probably lost fans because when they first came up, like that's what he was following. And he had said it in One Piece, where like, in that comeback episode, they was like, "Yo, these people been rocking with us for however long, like we deserve to give them answers, and that's the following we built up and we helped create." So we got it, and I feel like you definitely lost some of those people, especially those loyal ones that really like Warrior Maul.
Yeah, and going back to the self-sabotage thing, and then I'll let school end wherever you want to end. But it is kind of amazing how Joe has been able to remain so popular, even through some of the stuff that he's done outside of like sabotaging the businesses. Like whether it be the relationship stuff, the things he did to his significant others that have been in the news. We just had that story of how he was sexually harassing on the podcast one of the girls from one of the podcasts on his network. It was that weird story about him and what he was doing to the dog. Like it's mad stuff that he's been able to.
Oh yeah.
And people just like people forget. People still love him.
Oh man.
I mean, that's what every popular figure has.
I'm about to say some people just got that. Like no matter what they do, like, people still gonna rock with them. Which I mean, I guess that could be kind of crazy sometimes, especially depending on the allegations.
Yeah.
Hey, you do enough. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
You're going to slip it under the rug, and when shit does go left, they're going to bring it back up, and then it'll die. This all a cycle. Like, people going to like who they're going to like regardless of what's going to go on.
Yeah.
Allegations are nasty, and like some are really wild to be like, you still rocking with boy, but like, that's everybody though. Everybody has their leash on what they accept and what they allow for themselves to allow to continue to like. Everybody got that.
This is a good episode, man. Good topics, man. We definitely gonna catch y'all next week. Make sure y'all when the verses come on. Verses come on this upcoming week.
I don't even know. I haven't even seen
contract. I don't know if they said
we probably gonna be. All right. Well, we're gonna be talking about it whenever they play. But yeah, y'all keep tuning in with us, man. Loving the support. Followers going up, man. Just keep tapping in with us. Keep listening. We're gonna keep delivering the content. It's your boy School and my guy Beans and Biz.
Yep.
School in the Game podcast. We out.
Big Draco.